Right, hello and welcome to my favorite car from update 1.40 to Gran Turismo 7. This is a Nismo 400r and it is a fantastic vehicle. Now, at first you are gonna see figures that aren't really wowing or incredible or gonna take your breath away. This is basically a Nissan R33 GTR that's been buffed up slightly. So the vehicle standard produces 394 brake horsepower and has a weight of 1550 kgs. Now when it comes to performance, it handles just like you would expect a 400 brake horsepower GTR to perform. Around corners it's fun, around straightaways it has more than enough power braking. You are going to be greeted with a little bit of understeer, but I mean, with a 4-wheel drive vehicle, that's what you need to expect. What you can also expect is when exiting corners, a bit of oversteer, just to say, yay, you know, I can have a bit of fun. So when it comes to top speed, this vehicle can do 180 miles per hour or 289.7 bone stock. Now this is the most expensive car out of update 1.40, coming in at a price of 1.8 million credits. So yes, that is a very steep price for a classic JDM vehicle. But when I say a classic JDM vehicle, we need to remember that this is an absolute icon. So we need to find out what makes the Nismo 400r that special. So with the vehicle being introduced in 1996, this broke the mold when it came to Japanese performance cars, with most cars producing around 276 brake horsepower max. This car had more than 100 more brake horsepower. So it knew, okay, look, if you want a real power, this was your go-to option. But that is, however, if you had a lot of money, with the car costing an eye-watering 12 million yen to start off, 3 times the amount of a base R33 GTR. So why are you getting 3 times the performance? That's the thing, you aren't really getting 3 times the performance. However, you are getting tech and just improvements that was gonna be completely different to your standard R33 GTR. Nismo used specially developed pistons and a harder crankshaft while increasing the engine displacement to a 2.8 from 2.6. And also when it came to the suspension, it had upgraded front and rear stabilizers, reinforced bushings, Bilstein dampeners. It had carbon fiber prop shafts. Back in 1996, this car is truly ahead of its time and is what makes it so extremely sought after today. And considering the fact that this car hasn't been in a Gran Turismo game in over 23 years, it says a lot. Now I say over 23 years because the model that we've had in other games was actually the 1996 model. This was the predated model and just makes it so much rarer and slightly different to the one in the other Gran Turismo games. So this car, you usually find it in silver, however this is lightning yellow, which I think does make it a bit more unique. So this was an extremely rare run of the Nismo 400r, hence why in real life you can find this vehicle going for well over $2 million, but that's if you can even find one for sale. Now when it comes to using this vehicle fully upgraded, it really takes a turn to show how much better it is than the standard R33 GTR, because after spending quite a lot of money in the tuning shop, well then you're gonna be left with 980 brake horsepower and a vehicle that weighs 1147 kgs, which is incredibly good stats for a vehicle using its standard engine. Because if we compare the standard R33 GTR with an engine swap from the Nissan R92CP, a full-on Group 1 racer, that vehicle produces only 7 more brake horsepower, but it is slightly lighter. And when I say I really liked the 400R, like even before I got behind the wheel of it, I liked it. I always found it fascinating, hence why my standard R33 has a 400R livery applied to it. Then when it comes to the visual aspects of this car, well, we see that it has a lot of customization that I really wasn't expecting. It has extremely aggressive aero and makes it so special. Also, with the costing 1.8 million credits, this is the most expensive professionally tuned car in Gran Turismo 7. Because if you look at the other cars that are professionally tuned, those cars go for around 300,000 credits. So this costing 1.5 million credits more, it means this car really has a lot to live up to. And once you finish upgrading or customizing a vehicle and you head back out onto the circuit, you begin to experience something honestly out of this world. The braking system on the 400R has you stopping on a dime. You slam on the brakes, the car slows down aggressively. But what's even more aggressive is this car's acceleration. Down Kyoto driving park straight away, you're gonna find yourself clocking over 310 kilometers per hour before you need to slam on the brakes. And now what I found very impressive about this vehicle, if you have it set up correctly, you can set lightning fast lap times around Kyoto driving park. Usually for a fast car, I'd say okay, you wanna aim for lap times around the 1 minute 33, 1 minute 32 second mark. Then you can say okay, you know what, it's a fast car. This car is doing 1 minute 28 second laps. This classic Nissan is insanely fast and is just so easy to drive. At no point in time do I think, oh, it's too much power, oh, it can't handle it, it's all over the place. This car knows what it's doing 100% of the time. It just needs you to guide it. It's waiting for your command so it can respond immediately. It is so responsive and will give you one heck of an experience. The Nismo 400R is a fantastic vehicle that honestly blew me away when it came to the overall performance of this vehicle, because I thought it's just going to be slightly better than the R33 GTR. However, this car, it's miles better than the standard R33 GTR. Now the only level or the only aspect where I can say the standard R33 GTR is better than this Nismo variant is when it comes to fuel economy, because if you have the R92 CP engine in it, you are gonna have a lot better fuel efficiency than the Nismo. But if you are running the standard R33 GTR engine, the 400R will wash that GTR every single day. So the Nismo 400R is a fantastic vehicle, and for 1.8 million credits, look, their price tag is steep, but we gotta realize the car is extremely rare and it goes with real life prices. So you might not be happy to pay the amount, but if you want a super fast, super iconic, legendary JDM icon, this is your number one pick. So if you guys do go on to enjoy this video, don't forget, leave a like, subscribe for more Gran Turismo 7 content, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.